Hello there. Welcome. My name is Tina, and we're going to go through a simple flow today. If somebody could give me a heart or a thumbs up or something in the chat so I can know that you can hear me, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, so good for you. So good for you. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much. So today we're going to start seated. We're going to be talking about lengthening the spine. And so I'm going to be sitting on a bolster. You're welcome to sit on a bolster or a block if it feels good for you. Our goal is here to have one ankle crossed in front of the other. And your hips are higher than your knees. So that is why a lot of times it's helpful to have the bolster, and then your knees will come down higher than your hips. See how that feels for you. And then as you come into your sit bones here, come into your seat, really feel the contact of your seat on the ground or your block or whatever it's sitting on. And see if you can align those sit bones with your shoulders. And then your head is right above your heart. Maybe roll your shoulders back. Even see if it feels good to bring your elbows back a little bit and maybe bring your hands in the hip creases. And you can have your palms up or down. And then from here, let's go ahead and arrive on our mat for this morning's flow. Maybe closing your eyes or having a gentle gaze ahead of you, maybe gazing down at your cheeks. Starting to be aware of your breath here. Notice what it feels like as you're inhaling and you're exhaling. Take a quick scan of your body, starting at the crown of your head and going down, just taking note of what's happening in your body today. Not staying with that thought, just allowing the feeling and the thought to make its way by. Just becoming aware of how you feel this morning or this afternoon, wherever you are. Begin to breathe in and out of your nose. Feeling as those inhales fill up your body with air, and as you exhale, your body releases the air. And I offer for the intention today to keep a long spine, creating space in your body. From here, we're going to begin that feeling. So maybe you can keep your eyes closed. Maybe place your hands on your belly. And on your next inhale, feel your belly filling up with air. Your belly is going in toward your hands, getting nice and round. And then as you exhale, your belly comes in. So inhale, filling your belly up with air. Exhale, allow your belly to come in. And continue that breath. For even more of a focus on that breath that allows us to really think about how our spine is going, you can take your hands and bring them to your rib cage. And so as you inhale here, first you fill up your belly with air, and then your ribs start to open up and expand, and maybe your chest rises a bit. And then as you exhale, your belly comes in, your ribs kind of stitch together, and your chest lowers. Now continuing that breath, as you inhale and your belly fills up with air, really allow your waist to come away from your hips. And as you fill up your rib cage, your ribs come away from your waist. And that really causes helps you create that elongation in your spine. So continue the breath here, allowing yourself to think about that. See where your body is in these poses. Inhaling, filling up your belly, ribs, and chest. And exhale, releasing your air from your belly, ribs, and chest. Maybe gently closing your lips so that you continue that breath through your nose. Warming up your body. Getting ready for movement. Now on your next inhale, again, you can keep your eyes closed or open them up. Raise your arms up toward the sky, really feeling the crown of your head reaching up. And then take your right hand and clasp around your left wrist and tip over to the right side, keeping both sit bones on the ground, still feeling that lengthening of the spine even as you are going to the side. Inhale, reaching back up, switch wrists, left hand around your right wrist, and as you exhale, reaching up and over, like rainbowing over, still creating space even as you're going to the side. And inhale, reaching up here. And from here, as you exhale, you can clasp your hands and fold, kind of making a rounded back as you fold just forward, maybe bringing your chin in towards your chest. And then as you inhale, reaching back up. And this time as you exhale, twist to the right, taking your right hand behind, left arm comes across. Inhale, turning your chest to the front, reaching your fingertips up. And exhale over to the other side. Inhale, reaching up, chest comes forward. And then on this next exhale, bring your hands heart center. Inhale, reaching up. And on this exhale, tip back, keeping your chest forward, rolling your shoulders back, just slight little back bend here. And then inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands heart center. We'll do that one more time. On your inhale, reach all the way back up. Exhale, reach onto your left wrist and tip over to your right. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Release your hands. Exhale, reach for your right wrist, tipping over to the left. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward, curving your back, separating your shoulder blades. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist to the right, right arm behind, left arm across. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up. Exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale, reaching all the way up, taking your waist out of your hips and your rib cage out of your waist. Exhale, reach down with your palms. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, maybe opening up to cactus as your chest reaches up toward the sky in a slight little back bend. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands heart center. Take your thumbs to your heart space here. And notice your breath. Notice your heartbeat. Feel your spine as it's lengthening up from your sit bones all the way to the crown of your head. Your shoulders are away from your ears, creating space. And release. Make your way onto your hands and knees. Maybe moving your bolster out of the way. Maybe moving your cat out of the way. And come onto your hands and knees here. Fingertips are spread wide. Knees are right underneath your hips. Tops of your feet are on the ground. Really feeling that lengthening from the crown of your head to your sit bones, even as you're in this horizontal position now. And now as you inhale, filling up that belly with air, let it release down to the ground as you roll your shoulders back and your seat goes up and your gaze goes just slightly up, maybe where the ceiling meets the wall. And then as you exhale, round your spine, press into the earth, separate your shoulder blades, and make a little curve there. Inhale, release your belly down, take your gaze up. Exhale, rounding your spine, continuing that breath and movement. Hopefully your breath is moving nice and smoothly, unlike my poor Buddha cat here who's got some sniffles. Continuing that cat-cow pose here with your breath at your own pace. And then as you're ready, come to stillness. Reach your right toes to the back of your mat. Curl your toes under, shift your shoulders forward and back. As you're ready, reach your left hand forward, keeping a nice straight spine. And if you can keep that straight spine, crown of your head reaching to the front of your mat, maybe reaching that back leg up, your toes are pointed down. As you inhale and your belly fills with air, you're lengthening, almost like you're being pulled in two directions here. And as you exhale, you can feel your core becoming stronger as you really solidify that stretch, spinal balance. And then as you're ready, hand comes down, knee comes down. Reach the left foot back. Shift forward and back, curling your toes, waking up that leg. And then bring your right fingertips forward, square your hips to the mat, lengthen your spine, and on your next inhale, maybe raise that back leg. Right arm comes next to the right ear. Your gaze is staying down so you can keep that spine nice and long. Continuing to breathe here. And then as you exhale, bring your hand down and bring your knee down. From here, go ahead and bring your right foot up to the front of the mat, coming into a low lunge. And then have your belly and thigh connected here. Maybe you have some blocks on either side of your foot if your floor is too far away. And then start to straighten that front leg. Bring your seat back. I like the combination of the belly and thigh touching because it keeps your spine nice and long. Reach back just as far as that is good for you. And then bend into that front knee. Maybe your opposite hip reaches toward the earth. And again, straighten that front leg. Your seat goes back. And bend into the front knee. Shift back, come back into your tabletop position, and bring your left foot forward this time. Belly and thigh are touching. On your next exhale, straighten that front leg. Your seat reaches back, trying to not tip over toward the right side if your left foot is forward. Trying to go straight back. And bending into that front knee, maybe your right hip goes down a little bit. On your next exhale, straighten that front leg, allowing your spine to be nice and long here. And then as you're ready, bend into that front knee, lower the opposite hip down. Shift your hips back, bring your knee back underneath your hip. Palms are down on the ground, coming into your first downward facing dog today. Curl your toes back, curl your toes under, and then press into your hands. Your seat goes up. Maybe walk your dog here, bending one knee, releasing the opposite heel toward the earth, moving back and forth with that movement, however feels good for you. Looking back towards your feet. Your head is in between your upper arms. And then as you're ready, maybe release your heels down toward the earth. You can also bend your knees a little bit more here to really feel, as your seat goes up, your spine straightening a little bit more. And now on your next inhale, look to the front of your mat, and as you exhale, tiptoe your feet toward your hands, coming into a forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your fingertips up high. And exhale, bring your hands heart center. Take a breath here. And we'll come into our sun salutations. Find yourself at the front of your mat. Release your hands to your sides. Roll your shoulders back. Take an inhale and exhale here and really feel that spine elongating. As you inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale from your belly, ribs, chest. Feel yourself settle in to that axial extension. And on your next inhale, sweep your fingertips up. As you exhale, tipping from your hips, keeping that straight spine as you fold forward, bending your knees here so that you can have that belly and thigh connection. Inhale, halfway lift. Again, straight spine. Hands are supporting you with your fingertips on your thighs or shins. Your gaze is down. Exhale, forward fold with knees bent. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. And exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold with knees bent. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Bring your feet to the back of the mat, coming into your plank. As you inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrists. And as you exhale, you can leave your knees up or lower them down. Either way, start to bend your elbows back towards your feet, keeping that straight line from the crown of your head to your sit bones. And then when your hips reach the ground, roll your shoulders back and press into your back bend. And then as you exhale, curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat. Exhale as you step or hop your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Gaze is going back. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up. Exhale, hands heart center. And again, inhale, sweep your fingertips up. Exhale, nice long spine, forward fold, bend your knees. Inhale, half lift, pressing your hands into your shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, feet go to the back of the mat, plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, shoulders back, chest forward, coming into your back bend, cobra. Exhale, curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, and exhale as you step your feet toward your hands, forward fold, knees bent, spine long, crown of the head toward the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching your fingertips up high, feeling your spine elongating. And exhale, your core comes in, hands come heart center. Now this time, inhale, fingertips come up. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your seat back behind you. And still keep that straight line from your crown of your head to your sit bones. Roll your shoulders back, keep your chest open. On your next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, and from here, plant your hands. Bring your right foot to the back of the mat, coming into a runner's lunge here. Take a breath. Again, if you have blocks, if the ground is too far away for you here, this is a good time for blocks or books. So that front knee stays bent. Maybe you bring that back foot in just slightly. So your belly and thigh are touching here. And then on your next exhale, start to straighten that front leg, finding your version of a pyramid. And then on your next inhale, bend into that front knee, sweep your fingertips up, coming into crescent. Elongating the spine here, shoulders away from your ears. And then as you exhale, rotate your back heel down, open your wings, looking over your front fingertips. Front knee is bent and tracking over toward your pinky toe. Your shoulders are still above your hips. Your spine is long. Inhale, shifting forward. Twist that front palm up and then tip back, coming into reverse warrior. Seeing how you can still keep that spine long on both sides of your body, even as you're tipping back. And then as you inhale, reaching up, coming into warrior two, shift your shoulders forward and then lower your left arm onto your left thigh. Right arm comes next to your right ear. And lengthen here. Take a breath. And then on your next exhale, turn towards your mat, raise your back heel. Both hands come down to the ground on opposite sides of that front foot. And then bring that back foot up to meet the front, coming into a forward fold with bent knees at the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And exhale, come right into your chair. Inhale, straighten the legs, come to standing. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands. Left foot comes to the back of the mat, coming into your runner's lunge. From here, maybe bring that back foot in slightly. And then on your next exhale, start to straighten that front leg. Your belly and thigh are touching. And breathe here into your pyramid. When your next inhale comes, bend into that front knee. Rotate that back heel and open up, coming in. Rewind. Come straight up, the back heel up, coming into crescent first. And then rotate that back heel. Open your wings, looking over the front fingertips. Shift your shoulders forward, flip that front palm, tip back into your reverse warrior. Back arm is down your leg, anywhere but your knee or at the small of your back. Feel that length. Inhale, shoulders back up over your hips, fingertips reaching out. And then shift your shoulders forward, lower your right arm onto your right thigh, left arm next to left ear, coming into side angle. From here, turn your chest toward your bent knee, rotate that back heel up, and bring that back foot in to meet the front, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your fingertips up high. And exhale, hands, heart center. Take a breath here. From here, I'm going to turn facing you, but you can stay facing to the front of your mat. Take your toes out to the sides of your mat, pointing out. We're going to come into a yogi squat, and this is another good time if you have blocks that you would like underneath you. Just find your squat here by bending your knees out toward, go in the same direction as your toes, keeping your spine long, lowering your seat down, finding where you are. Maybe your thighs and your forearms touch, and this is your squat. Maybe you can lower your hips down a little bit further and bring your elbows on the inside. Maybe you have a block underneath you here or a bolster. But take a few breaths here. Feel the length of your spine in this position. Breathe. And on your next exhale, bring your hands forward, point your toes forward, bring your seat up, come into a half lift here, and then forward fold. Maybe sway back and forth here, ragdoll. And then make your way down to your mat. Come into a gentle straddle, whatever straddle works for you. Maybe remove the flesh around your sit bones. Again, lengthening your spine here. And as you exhale, forward fold, just bringing your hands forward until you feel your edge. Really recognize if your knees are getting any stretch behind them. You can always bend them. And once you get to your edge, maybe bring your chin in toward your chest. If you haven't already released your breath from in and out of your nose, go ahead and release your air from your mouth here. Starting to cool down from our quick little flow. I would love to know if these 30-minute short flows are something you like. I'm new on this app. I'll continue to do poses and yoga on this app as long as I can continue to get donations. I really appreciate that. On your next inhale, press your hands into the ground and bring them closer to your body. And then from here, turn your chest towards your right leg. And as you exhale, release your chest down toward that leg. Keeping both sit bones on the ground, keeping your spine long. When you find your edge, bring your chin in towards your chest. Yes, so any comments are appreciated. You can also comment with your donation. There's a little space to comment there. And they've changed it now. You don't have to choose, what, you can tip whatever you'd like. They used to have things that were certain, but now you can just put whatever in there. On your next inhale, press into the earth. Bring your hands forward. Turn toward your opposite leg, your left leg, and shift your chest forward. Again, always bending that knee. If you feel any uncomfortableness, you can also put a blanket under there. Continuing to breathe here. So April starts tomorrow, and each month I'm going to have a portion of my Insight Timer donations to go toward a local nonprofit here. This month, or April, I'm going to choose there's a scholarship fund that I've been involved with in the past couple years, Texoma Women's Business Council. And so a portion of my donations will go toward that, as well as being able to continue these. So press your hands into the ground and bring yourself up. From here, you can take your hands underneath your knees and help support yourself up and make your way onto your back here. And go ahead and lie back. One more stretch here, bringing your feet together and your knees to the outside of the mat, coming into a reclined bound angle. And allow yourself to really feel your spine even lengthening onto the mat as your hips are opening here. Just letting gravity take them where they're going to go, maybe breathing into anything that's tight. If you're around in the next hour, at the top of the hour, I'm having another Insight Timer thing. I'm doing a restorative, an hour-long restorative. Releasing your breath from your mouth. From here, bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs and bring your knees together. Pointing up, your feet are flat on the floor here. Bring your hands to your sides. Coming into a bridge here. So as you exhale, bring your hips up toward the sky. Keep your gaze up. You don't want to turn your head back and forth when you're in a bridge. So raise your hips up and take a few breaths here. Your knees are tracking toward each other and forward. So your thighs are parallel. Maybe tuck your shoulders underneath your upper back. Maybe if a bind is available for you, feel free to do that. Tucking your bottom pinky into your hands if your hands are bound. And continuing to breathe. Release your hands. Lower your hips back down toward the ground, even feeling yourself lengthening your spine out as you lower. Taking a moment as it gets to the ground, your spine gets to the ground, and then sway your knees from side to side, releasing your back. From here, bend your knees in toward your chest. You can reach for your knees and make a few circles there if that feels good for your back. And then reach your arms out into a T position. And as you exhale, release your knees over toward the right side. Maybe picking up your gaze and looking over toward your left fingertips. And breathe. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up over your chest. And as you exhale, release over to the other side. As you're ready, bring your knees back above your chest, your gaze goes up, maybe coming into happy baby or whatever final pose you like before Shavasana. Bring your feet up. If you're doing happy baby, your knees out to the side, maybe reaching behind your thighs or behind your shins or even up to your toes or feet. Your knees are tracking down towards your armpits, and you can rock or stay still. And then as you're ready, bend your knees, curl yourself into a tight little ball by bringing your forehead toward your knees. Take a deep inhale here and hold it for 3, 2, 1. And then as you exhale, release down into a comfortable Shavasana. Lying back, relaxing, releasing, and letting go. Of course, you can stay in this Shavasana for as long as you need. I want to be respectful of your time. I've already went over our 30 minutes by 4 minutes, so in case you were planning on being somewhere. But I really appreciate everybody who has come today, and I hope to see you again. Again, if I've moved you in any way, or if you feel called to support my journey as a yoga instructor, I've just started in the last couple years, I would certainly appreciate that. And again, any comments on if you like this 30-minute offering, let me know. I do have restorative coming up at the top of the hour, and then next week, right now, based on the donations I've gotten before, I'm having a stretch and savasana on Tuesdays. So that'll be a yin and restorative combination practice. Thank you so much, Cindy. I really appreciate that. Rochelle. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this out today. I am very appreciative of all of you. I hope you have a peaceful and powerful day. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, Ray. Have a good day. Thank you, Chris.